Grand Rising, happy Friday. So on the indices here, nice little gap down on the index. This looks like a pretty textbook bear flag if you think about it. So this gap down, come back, refill, continuation lower. Something we can watch out for. Let's not listen to that. So check out MES. So this is our weekly range. We're trading at the bottom of the range. As of now, the value area low is shifted to the bottom of the range. The 30, we're creating some divergence here on RSI. A big level to get over is 57.50. All right, and our overnight levels were overnight low down here. Overnight high. Yeah. Up here at the beginning of London session. We had big data release today with PCE, personal consumption expenditures. I haven't even looked at the print. Yep. But came in a little hotter than expected. It's not really good. Not necessarily good for expectations for the market, because the market wants to be able to price in lower rate cuts, and the more we print higher inflation expectation numbers, the less likely it is for the Fed to cut at the next meetings, and then the market can't price in lower rate cuts. So we've hit a lot of our point of interest for the week. I have a tough, I would assume we get a long, but we could come down to test 5,700. We have a naked point of control down there. What about our previous month levels, previous week levels? We're trying to bounce off the weekly value area high and then the previous quarter low as well. So should be interesting. It's got front run a little bit. Yeah, I don't have a real bias until we see some structure shift on this. Of course, going down all week kind of portends an upwards move, but I'm not seeing anything too crazy besides maybe a little bit of trend continuation. I mean, this was a pretty good retest of this order block. So I'll wait for this first 15-minute candle. Try to keep it nice and clean today. Wow, these pivots have been working out pretty nicely. Yesterday that was the high at 57.80. That was great. We took the short over here. Okay, well that's ES. Check out NQ. See if there's anything else on here. So NQ traded out of this order block last night at London. Came back good for liquidity. Came back up. Same pattern as BS right now. A lot of targets today. We did hit the naked point of control. I suspect there is another level though down at around 19,711. So if we were to go down, we'd get 5,700 on ES and probably 19,711. Hit this wick essentially. But the weekly range as of now, this would be the big block to get over. What about the previous week levels? As is, same thing, trying to reclaim the value area high from last week. Previous month, nothing. Previous quarter. Yeah, bouncing off. I mean, this is a pretty technical level, volume-wise, and then we have the previous quarter low down there. One thing I forgot to check was the RTH charts. So we have our gap to the upside. I mean to the downside, but to fill to the upside. So we'll see if this is just a gap fill and then continuation down. But this is mitigated. We have this area. It's unmitigated, but kind of interesting here, actually. We got a naked daily pivot above us in this order block. So liquidity. Maybe see something like that and come down. Maybe. Overnight levels. Overnight low was right around here. So we swept the low already upon open. Very nice. And there's our high right there. No, actually it is right here. Yeah, a bit of, looks like there's a bit of volatility here at the open, kind of in a range. We did just bounce off the prior week equilibrium point as well. So 50% of this last week's candle. But shoot, man, if we end this candle bearish, we're gonna come down and take these lows, and we'll have quite a bit of downside, probably. Yo, what's up, brother? Yeah, we're doing a much more less a more fancy stream, you know. Nah, really, it's just pressing button, playing. It's just playing a video game, but on a different game. How we doing? Oh, I'm a bit tired this morning, but I was up late last night. But I need to lock in no matter what. I'll lock in. I just don't think you have 1,400 points to gamble, bud. What's up, Mimo? We're just doing some live trading. Watching the charts. The New York opened, the stock market just opened 15 minutes ago. So we're just watching. I'm waiting to see if we can find a trade here. I'm just watching Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin's got this gap I want to see traded into. Yeah, it's one of them. We got this nice bear flag on the index here. I'm trying to stream this a little bit more often. I gotta wake up. You gonna be on the servers tonight, bud? Are you working tonight? Fill that gap there. Ah, damn. Oh, that would be nice. 5,700 retest on ES. The Nasdaq already hit this level. No. Okay, yeah, we're in an interesting spot here. Just gotta be patient. When are you going on your bike trip? Didn't you say you're going on one pretty soon? Oh, okay. Oh wait, you do have a lot of points. Oh, not until end of June? Oh, okay. Yeah, I finally added that shit. I mean, it's actually a super easy integration. All you do is click on activate CloudBot and Streamlabs. Alright, what about oil? Oil, just in a choppy range right here. See if it comes and takes this low, though. Damn, might be a choppy morning. Might be a choppy morning, fellas. Which would be annoying. No worries, man. Go get some sleep, brother. Maybe I'll chat with you later tonight. I don't know. I might be on. But have a good one. Good Friday. Likewise, brother. See you later. All right. Let's see. Do we have any more data coming out at 10? Yeah, we do have some consumer sentiment data. So likely we probably don't get a move until 10. So probably stay flat until 10 comes around. Methinks. Looking for 5,700 level. Pretty much what we're waiting for here. Probably around 10 o'clock. Could just swipe down and look for some sort of reaction like this to trade back up into the range. That would be kind of, I think, the ideal scenario for me for this morning's plan. Looks like we're coming to it pretty quickly actually here, so let's strap it in. And then also on top of that, if we do get a long, I figure we might get a Bitcoin long opportunity if we fill this gap anywhere in here, but just looking for a market structure shift. Nah, bud. We're looking for this 5,700 level. We got news at 10, so staying flat until 10. But I'm thinking we're gonna get a trade out of the 5,700 back up into the range. That's what I'm looking for. This looks like a pretty good level. NQ kind of already hit that level overnight. You saw that trade I put in the in the chat last night, like 3:30 in the morning. Of course, like it went up like 100 points. I ended up like selling it this morning when I woke up though, like right here for like 25 points. Yeah, 25 points. So this is what we're looking at. If you take like a fib retracement of this whole range too, we got the 0.75. So, you know, if we break up the range in quartiles, which I always like to do, you know, you can see that this got support at the equilibrium. And that lines up with this daily naked point of control, as well as this order block that created the gap up. And so we have this volume node here. So I think if we get a move down in here, it might be kind of like yesterday where we get a little reversal out of there. I don't know how far. I don't know what my upside target really is. My upside target would really be 57.40 realistically, because all of this is mitigated. So unless it wants to get really impulsive, it'd come up all the way to 57.90. But probably just a trade back into 57.20 and then the high 57.40. It's kind of the move. Yeah, into like VWAP. But we're coming up here, so let's see what happens. We have a big day, bro. Big day. We got the haircut at lunchtime. So we need to go in there feeling good. We're a bit tired. We streamed till like 4 o'clock, 3:30 last night. And we're back at it 5 to 6 hours later. How about that, bud? Aren't you proud of me? What do you think? What are you seeing? What are you seeing in the charts, bud? You gotta get some motivation in here. There's a timer. See, the time is now and always will be, bud. Look at this nice batch of strawberries. These strawberries are actually really good. They're like perfectly ripe. Just fucking juicy. It's like just the perfect juiciness. This is a good bowl. A real good bowl. I mean, I'm telling you what. Woo! All right, we got 1 more minute until the sentiment data comes out. No. That can oftentimes lead to a little bit of volatility. So I don't really want to be in a position in case it gets a little wicky. But other than that, for the rest of the day, we've already had where was 8:30 candle was We didn't really have a crazy move until actually 30 minutes later on PCE, and that wasn't even that crazy. I mean, it's a bit volatile, but not a huge movement. Not a huge movement on the data print. We do have some FOMC speak later today at 12:15. We got FOMC member Barr and then Bostic at 3:45. So, you know, this is one of those days that I would say institutional investors and whatnot, they were looking at, well, yesterday they were looking at kind of the unemployment data. Today they're looking at PCE data and then probably some Fed speak to see
order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
That's quite the reaction. I have a note for strategies. Usually if I see a candle like that, I just mark it in. But it doesn't look like this one's gonna work out. Who knows? This is going to be a question if this first tap gets liquidated or not.
Order filled.
I'm just going to reevaluate until it changes market structure. I was being a little too quick on the trigger there.
Order filled.
Yeah, that was a little too reactive, so we're just gonna hold off for a second. Kind of wait for it to minute. Now we did get a closure below the low again. This is looking super similar to yesterday. Let's see what the sentiment data was. $57. It's a little bit lower than expected. It's a diffusion index, though. So anything above 50 usually portends expansion, and anything below 50 contraction. Yeah, I mean, we're at the level to bounce, but it's still looking pretty heavy here. We could go a little bit lower, maybe to 5.66. That would be probably the next spot. I figure a lot of people might be looking at this 5,700 level. Yeah, so we have an untapped value. So this is from last Friday. So it might show up differently on MES, but this is the next kind of level we would be interested to on the downside. That I would be interested in. M&Q as well. Looks like it's wanting a deep retracement. I'm kind of liking the level on ES a little bit more. But these lows at 56.50 also look like we've left some unfinished business down there. If we look at the 4-hour chart, these lows at the double bottom there. So a move into there, into this imbalance. We'll just mark this shit out. So if we do get a melt off, I'm sure we come all the way down to 56.40. With bounces along the way. Here to there to there. That's what it's kind of looking like now, actually. Thinking maybe we get a bounce here. Short there, down to low. But see, that melt off could also happen later in the day, so need to be cognizant of that. Yeah, she's grinding, bud. She's grinding. Bitcoin still hasn't filled the gap, but coming up to pretty good level. Gotta put another alert there. But on the index here, yeah, it's lining up with this. Yeah, I think probably short-term bounce out of here. But treat it as a scalp only.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
I was just talking to myself. Okay, here we come to the next point of interest here.
Order filled. 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 Order submitted.
Bit aggressive here, but
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Didn't get the momentum out of there.
Order filled. Order canceled.
It was a bit of an aggressive scalp there.
Order canceled. Order filled. Order submitted.
So we're blasting through these levels. Looks like we're just gonna take this sell side now. Pretty heavy down here, but we are hitting some levels. We do have that gap, rollover gap, that's still not filled. At least think or swim, which is another 30 points down. So. Yeah, which is that imbalance. Need to be careful on days like this trying to trade reversals. I'm not a huge fan of these trending days. Wow, this weekly candle's starting to look pretty fucking bearish. Can we say ES all the way down to 0? Oil come down to 69. You can't hear, bud? Well, then I can't talk to you, bud. Why are we red? We just tried to take a... Oh, oops. Tried to take a quick little reversal down here off this untapped value area low. We got a minor shift in structure on the 5 second. So it was an aggressive move just to get a scalp back up to there. But got stopped out for 2.75 points. Now we're just kind of waiting because it looks like we're just going to take this low. So I don't really want to trade a short continuation trade down here. I think we might get one out of the 5670 retest. But could easily get squeezed out back up to here. So I just kind of have to sit on my hands. This is one of those trend days, you know, where you can get easily chopped up. Not even chopped up, just fucking knifed through. Like 2 days ago or whatever, on the upside. Trying to short or long every top or bottom. Just not usually the best days for me. Oil running nicely. There we go. Took this on the other account. Hopefully we get filled at 69.05. See how the big dogs are doing. Apple come down 2%. MicroStrategy down fucking 2%. Tesla, I think 6. Oh, Tesla down 5. Coming up to an area of support though. Nvidia. Macro yields have come down. VIX has moved up quite a bit. Euros moved up 60 basis points. Dollars coming down. It's so hot in here. Fuck. Oh man, we're gonna get there already. Nah. I won't be red for too long. It looks like the easiest trading day, you know, in hindsight, of course. I just don't trade these trends very well. I'm more of a reversal trader. There we go, the low has been taken.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
So we took that pretty big low. Could that be the end of the downside for the morning session at least? Let's see here. Figure we're gonna retest this value area low over here. Just a mitigation of the supply here. See if this holds up. Nope, traded right through.
Stop filled.
I got stopped out of oil for just 10 points. Huh. It's kind of interesting.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Bitcoin hit the previous week equilibrium to the tick. Continuation off this block here.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Where is this gap fill? Right here.
Stop filled.
All right, nice. Nah, pullbacks are weak. I was just trading some of the oil stuff. Just a quick little short there. Yeah, I just haven't really seen anything I really like. I just know myself. This is better. It's better than I'm pretty much break even right now on a day like this. Just because like I'm not getting the pullback areas that I like for a trend continuation. We're too far. We just took all the liquidity down here. We're not getting very good strong reversals. It's just not the best environment for me. That might just be a break-even day for me today. Ugh. We just have this gap still on at 56.37. Which is this imbalance here. We swept all this liquidity here. So, I mean, I expect now to trade into here and then back up into the range a little bit, at least. That's been mitigated.
Order filled. Order submitted.
Brr. Alright, we got the hourly candle about to close here. Yeah, we're just looking down to 56.30. Right around here. At some point.
Order filled.
Taking another short scalp here on oil on the funded account. I'm still looking for this 69.05 level to get run. Alright, so we just printed a new hourly candle. As expected, extremely bearish. Went down almost 1%, 51 points in that one candle. Let's go, baby. Drop it like it's hot. Gold trying to come over into the rollover gap over here. Bitcoin about to fill the gap. Out of here, buddy. Imagine. I feel like if we break down through here, retest would be super bearish. Yeah, Bitcoin is at a pretty crucial spot here. What the hell is Buddy Boy doing? Oh man, this is getting fucking boring. I gotta head out of here in a sec anyways. Kind of a wash of a morning. I should have just stayed asleep. Didn't catch the move down. No good reversals at the moment. Although we're probably coming up to the level as we speak here. Be interesting to see what happens in the afternoon. If we get a nice little squeeze. We still will have one more trading day of the month on Monday. But I guess monthly probably options expirations are today. So that's another big one. Yeah, this is a snooze fest. Nice. I'm just gonna head out right now. It's just a wash of a morning, break even at the moment. Hopefully maybe get some trades this afternoon, but I gotta go do some errands. No point watching this snooze right here, but nonetheless, we're coming up to pretty much our biggest point of entry, point of interest. This will be a gap fill. So around 56.30, we'll probably look for, maybe finally our first relief back up into at least 5,670, I would think, as this is the last untapped value area low we lost, and this would be the range that we come back into. So 30, 50, 70, see what happens. If we do just reverse from up here, I'd probably maybe look for another short continuation, but I'm gonna call it quits for today, or this morning. I'm gonna head out.